All right, the first thing we'll measure is primary lining length. Actually, it's going to be the same primary or secondary, so we're going to end up just measuring one shoe right now. There are two different ways of doing it. One is you can have a flat, straight edge here, and you line up the edge of the lining, including the chamfer with the end, and you can just roll it along, and you'll come to the end. In this case, it's about 5.5. If you get within 1/10 of an inch, it should be okay. Another way to do it is get a flexible ruler and lay it against the lining in this way, line it up, one of the marks. It's best to use one of the graduations as your starting point rather than the end, especially on this one. I know I showed it at the edge, but it's better to start here at number 1 and roll it, and then subtract the difference. Next thing to measure is lining location. Here, you want to start at the heel end, measure the distance from the flat to the here. A straight line distance is okay. You can turn it around, and in this case, 0.775. Here, you're not going to get the radius distance, so a straight line distance will be fine.
Lining width.
Lining width, pretty straightforward. Put it in the center of the lining and measure the width. Make sure the flats of the caliper are along the edge of the lining. Make sure you're not hitting onto the table. In this case, we got 1.237. Primary thickness, lining thickness.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is primary lining thickness. Here it's best to use micrometer. Take your measurement that includes both the table and the lining, and then from that subtract the thickness of the table. In this case, it's 60, 61. Be sure you get around any kind of holes on a flat surface. About 60 thousandths. So subtract that from your reading, and you'll have the lining thickness. But you want to make your lining thickness reading in the center, on this side, on each side really. Flip it over, do the other side in about the same location, but make sure you're missing any kind of crimps or tabs.